Hello. What are prepositions? Let's have a look at some examples. So we've got a preposition here in under the table, the element under. We've got another one in around the house, into the house, after dinner, beyond imagination, for her, or even stay on. How can we classify these and how can we describe what prepositions do? Well, the best way to remember what a preposition is and to identify prepositions is by thinking about them positioning something. It's part of the word itself, right? Preposition has position as part of the word. So they position something in usually time or place, but also in other ways. So we can kind of position something in a conceptual dimension, or we can position something either statically or in a way of movement. And there are other ways in which prepositions can work, which we won't go into too much detail with here, but they can express instrument or cause, comparison, and much, much more. But once you understand the basic meanings of prepositions as positioning something in time and place, you will quite easily be able to transfer them to other types of preposition usage. So let's look at these basic types in a little bit more detail with some examples. So time and place or conceptual dimension. After dinner expresses the time, so we've got our noun dinner, and after, the preposition tells us when something is positioned after this event. Now, around the house, again, places something in some sort of spatial dimension. The place, where is it? Oh, well, around the house. Beyond imagination goes a little bit further. It's neither place nor time, but rather some conceptual dimension in which something is placed. And we can look at prepositions as either those expressing a state or those expressing movement. So under the table can express a place where something is. Into the house expresses some sort of movement from outside to the inside of the house. Where do prepositions appear? Well, there's a whole lot of theoretical stuff we could talk about here, but I really just want to give you the general idea of what we've got. So generally we can talk about prepositions as appearing before noun phrases, and we abbreviate them NPs, and also they can appear with verbs. Let's start with noun phrases, with our NPs. So prepositions appear before the noun phrase. That's why they're called prepositions. Sometimes when little elements like those appear after the noun phrase, we call them postpositions. Right, before the noun phrase, into the house, we've got our noun phrase, the house, a definite article, a determiner the, and our head noun, house, and the preposition appears before this noun phrase. We have another noun phrase here, after dinner, where the noun phrase just consists of a single noun, dinner, and the preposition again appears before this noun phrase. And in for her, again a noun phrase consisting of the pronoun her, and for appears before the pronoun, indicating the kind of positioning of something. In this case, again, it's more conceptual than spatial. Right, but prepositions, as I said, can also appear with verbs. And in this case, they usually appear after the verb, giving a new lexical meaning. And again, we could talk about this much, much more. And some people would probably disagree, because some people call these prepositions, when they appear in this place, adverbs. So beware that some people might use other terminology than what we're using here. But just to give you some examples, we can have the verb stay. And then we can say stay in, stay up, stay on. These all mean different things. So when our prepositions in, up and on appear with the verb stay, appear after the verb stay, we've got different meanings altogether. Right, let's arrive at a definition of what a preposition is. So a preposition is a word class. There is a finite number of prepositions. It's a so-called closed class. There are, we could make a finite list, a full list of the prepositions of English, for example. And prepositions position something in some way in time or place or a conceptual dimension. But overall they appear before noun phrases and in some cases, if you wish, after verbs. And that is it. Thank you very much.